bring them things. Mucho, I bring them things. Expensive rings and things. I bring them things. I bring them things. Man, you don't want with them, bro. Oh, you, and it better get low. Extorting, you ain't got no friends. Oh, they'll be no scarf like rainbow. $1,000, this ain't your cloth. You ain't, that ain't no sauce. I can see the noodles made for poodles. I'm thinking about the LaFerrari coupe. 1.8, the option is the roof. Greens is a secret to the youth. Your goals are malnourished. Please spit the juice. Y'all be vaping, I be laden. Yes, y'all be aping. I'm Richard Mill Nation. No diamonds, just tourbillon facing with gears and sprockets with the sapphire casing. When I pull up, they notice me. Come and talk to me like JOJO said. But don't you be too close to me. Them goons you see, let it go for me. I bring them things, I call them, he bring them things. Mucho, I bring them things. Looking so expensive, rings and things. I bring them things. I bring them things. I bring them things.
Here's a little story about a kid from Morocco. Had to show Carlito I was Benny Blanco. Check it out. Raindrop, all set. Plug, we the outlet. Shot put me in the box. I'm in the box off. All the face shorty, socks off. Mac Miller, Reggie Miller, the killer, Canaries, Back Stiller, White Villa, Fresh vanilla, garage like a kill him soft. Lauren Hiller, get up. Crib Calabasas on the hill. Had a morning plate. Beatles on the red carpet. Crash bars, crash cars, ain't no future in front. My homie rip your mask off.
When I come and talk to me like JOJO said. But don't you be too close to me. Them goons you see, let it go for me. I bring them things, I bring them things. I call them, he bring them things. Mucho, I bring them things. Looking so expensive, rings and things. I bring them things. I bring them things. I bring them things.
Honorable C notes.
Yeah, little fish. I say, Lord, be my savior when it comes to getting this paper. Please protect me from my haters. Just say me and I won't save us. Say amen. Yeah. That boys in that can't win. Jet. Going up. We in it, we gonna. Going up. Did it like my persona. Going up. Remember no was honest. We used to drive them Hondas. Now we pull up in the Fondas. Glow up. Walk in. Show up. Baby, hold up. Glow up. Boy, don't touch. We glow up. Yeah. I'm laughing to the bank. All new blue Benny Franks. Pulled up on him in the tank. Yeah. That guy just a rap guy. I'm so mad fly in. He ain't. Let me back tight, gave me until I was going on Miami. They all cornballs. They can't stand me. I finesse. All them. I hear. Get a plan. Let's go, that's my whoa. No low. Got screen on yo-yo. She post up her MCM and we like that JOJO. When we out and we see him, he always ask for photos. I say, Lord, be my savior when it come to getting this paper. Please protect me from my haters. Just say me and I won't save us. Say amen. Yeah. That boys in that can't win. Jet. Going up. We in it, we gonna. Going up. Did it like my persona. Going up. Remember no was honest. We used to drive them Hondas. Now we pull up in the Fondas. Glow up. Walk in. Show up. Hold up. Glow up. Boy, don't touch. We glow up. She lucky. Cause she 5 mil cash in Kentucky. Know me. I walk up in demons, spend 10K just like it's nothing. I hang with the demons, they don't play by me, we cut. with the fan up. All them, I got Santa. I go monkey, all that. Gonna do just what I say. Pull up, pass the Uber in that race. She so bad, but she said. I feel guilty, I might as well just plead my case. I say, Lord, be my savior when it comes to getting this paper. Please protect me from my haters. Just say me and I won't save her. Say amen. That boys in that can't win. Check. Going up. We in it, we gonna. Going up. Did it like my persona. Going up. Living up was honest. We used to drive them Hondas. Then we pull up in the Fondas. Go up. Walking. Show up. Baby, hold up. Go up. Boy, don't touch. We flow. Go up. Yeah, you know I've been ballin'. Yeah, you know I've been ballin'. Every day I'm shot callin'. I'm a spray. Make it rain just to let you know I've been ballin'. Yeah, I've been ballin'. Yeah, just to let you know I'm ballin'. I'm a spray. Make it rain just to let you know. Tell a hater get up on my face. Yeah, I've been ballin' since like yesterday. Yeah, all this money all up in the way. All this money in the way. You know that I'm walking with the bang. Yeah, water, diamond on my ring. You know that I'm rockin', feel the blood. Yeah, you know I've been ballin'. Yeah, you know I've been ballin'. Every day I'm shot callin'. Make it rain just to let you know I've been ballin'. Yeah, I've been ballin'. Yeah, just to let you know I'm ballin'. I'm a spray. Make it rain just to let you know. Yeah, you cannot see me, the windows is tinted. Yeah, driving around right in that Bentley. You driving around right in that Bentley. But your shit, it should be rented. But that is none of my business. Money won't stop me, go straight to the top. Believe it or not, you like getting the same. Yeah, she know I'm a rock star. Looking at my chain, on my diamonds rock hard. Turned the way up. And if you wanna raise, then we gonna ride. Yeah, you know I've been ballin'. Yeah, you know I've been ballin'. Every day I'm shot callin'. I'm a spray. Make it rain just to let you know I've been ballin'. Yeah, I've been ballin'. Yeah, just to let you know I'm ballin'. I'm a spray. Make it rain just to let you know.
Rather you than me. If you've been with me from Port of Miami, the journey ain't nothing changed. A little stronger, a little wiser, maybe a little more. Blame it on America. I'm pulling off the lot, I bought the cash. Her future bright, don't give nobody bad. Be looking good inside the but I noticed that she missing all the edges. I run the game just by running with the poor attitude, they got rich calisthenics. Walking in the courtroom, sipping on the beverage. I know the judge, so I got a lot of leverage. in acapella. Whoa. Kim treasure people with the weapon. Whoa. I got it, boy, don't make me be the devil. Whoa. He knocking on the door and know the password. Gave me his blessings while I'm hotter than the last verse.
Dead presidents, dead presidents. Dead presidents, dead presidents.
Let's go, all my little militant. Let's go, I'm innocent.
Dead presidents, dead presidents. Dead presidents, dead presidents.
Feds. Let's go, I'm innocent.
I got that if like Tommy Lee. I make money. On my third passport, and I got at the airport. I got bowling green dollars on my dollars. Busting down 100 in the bathtub. Get some house shoes. I got money. I got war wounds. Get the cushion on that. Ain't no dance moves. I was posted on the stoop, hanging with my head. Ain't no relations. I was stacking being fresh and bustin'. 2 times in a row, that's a repeat. You in the freezy. She love me like she need me. I got my Maybach flooded out with extra G's. I make her pick up every single day. I judge a vulture when I flip the paddock face.
Dead presidents, dead presidents. Dead presidents, dead presidents.
Let's go.
Dead presidents, dead presidents, dead presidents.
Feds. Let's go, I'm innocent.
Hands on me, got the yellow brace. Check off in my pocket like the yellow paste. Was what I was asking. Low facility, I keep it classy. Build an empire, yeah, that was my state of mind. Yeah, that was my state of mind. Keep the blocks over there, we call it Lego Land. Meanwhile, it's like it's Amsterdam. Boy, fresh, you know who got the tropes. 16 when I bought my first rollie. Legend in my hood, just like a never ride in the extra car. Dead presidents, dead presidents. Dead presidents, dead presidents.
Let's go, all my little militant. Let's go, I'm innocent.
Dead presidents, dead presidents. Dead presidents.
And hi again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at our matchup here. You've got to believe that this is a game that might be won in the trenches.
Oh, without question. This is big person on big person, big unit against big unit.
Meat on meat.
Oh, you got it all. Pick your cliche, but we know this. The ground's going to shake, things are going to rumble, and they're going to have an impact on today's game.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flushed out right. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And this will be caught at the 30. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A huge play there right off the bat. 72 yards. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. A great play there. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Patriots drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. And he gets it to make it 7-0 Patriots. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. Shifts by him. They go play action here on first down. And his first look is incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And that'll bring up second down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Now Johnson, and he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. That's a loss of 8 yards there to bring up third.
Well, so much for all the time that you spend in practice, because for offensive linemen and running backs to get in sync, that requires a ton of practice time, a ton of watching tape together, a ton of really getting to where you're thinking with one mind on every single play that's called, every single run, because you want to know how your guy's going to block it. They want to know how he's going to run it, what kind of cuts he's going to make, and it's really anticipatory. And when you're really locked in together, you know what he's going to do before he actually does it. On this play, that didn't happen at all, and that turned into a big loss.
Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on fourth. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 26 yards on the play there. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Fresh set of downs here. They try the left side with Johnson. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football, because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
On third down, Johnson. And he's got some space here. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone to the chalk of the 20. 20 yards on both of those plays back-to-back there. They are moving now. It's another first down. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. Now a play fake here on first down. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it 2nd down. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
The running game's played a huge part in getting them down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you. The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back.
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
3rd and goal now, so some urgency here for the offense. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Chris Johnson taking it in from 14 yards out, and the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. They'll set up the screen to Fournette. And now running right through him. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Patriots in possession to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. 85. They'll drop the throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a 1st down. Instead of the running back in New England, sometimes they like to call him the passing back. So they get him the ball in different ways, don't they?
They certainly do. Think about the ones they've had in recent vintage. You talk about Kevin Falk, Danny Woodhead, Shane Vereen, James White could have been the MVP in the Super Bowl if it wasn't for a certain quarterback that was on the field that day.
140, 3-man line. Okay, just play a 3-man line.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He's going to rifle one deep left. It's caught inside the 25. And he is taken down deep in Baltimore territory. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Fournette, a 1st down carry. Oh, and now he bowls him over. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. To play in a tightly contested 1st half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. He'll look to throw. This is caught. Gronkowski. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Again, he'll drop to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. Now back to throw. Escaping the pressure, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Carlos Dunlap with a big-time sack. And it'll be a loss of 7. And that is no good. But there is a flag down. He might get another shot at this. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Back to throw. And it's caught. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal.
See it now play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays. Makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
It's a loss of 2, now third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Vernon Davis, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Patriots have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great...
Oh, they flip on it. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And some room to roam now. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we send you downstate to Orlando to check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. To throw is Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Wilson now off the bootleg. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
The Ravens on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Play action. Now Wilson forced out to his left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Looking to throw. He's going to fire one deep. Middle of... That's caught inside the 20. And that one results in 35 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. They'll set up to throw. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal unit. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Losing 9 yards there. And it also brings up 4th. Gostkowski now for the Pats field goal try. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. It's the fullback. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
It's a short kick, taken near the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
And now running right through him. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. A gain of 3, second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Throwing is Wilson. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Wilson now off the bootleg. Being chased out left. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Off the bootleg, Wilson. Dancing to his left. And they're not able to hook up.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
Here's Wilson. Oh, it floated on him, and it's intercepted. Picked by the Hall of Famer, Mel Blount. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. They
just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. They go play action now. Wilson airing this one out for Evans. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On 3rd down, Wilson steps away to his left. And that will be incomplete as well. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Patriots take over, and they're going to have terrific field position. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit.
Watch the hot. Three-man line. And 45. Three-man line. 45.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, when defensive coordinators game plan to put pressure on a quarterback, they often want to use blindside rushes, and that's exactly what they did there. The cornerback gets to him and drops him.
They'll set up a throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up.
And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, 34 yards. And the Patriots add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. A nice little juke. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
The calls get
Chris Johnson in a foot race, and they will not catch him. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Chris Johnson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, and the Ravens get a bit closer. He just bumped up his personal stats with a 2nd score, but they still have some ground to make up.
Not terrific for today because of what you just said. They're still down on the scoreboard. But later in the year, when he piles it all up and starts to think about contract time, that's a pretty good deal for him. And I know darn well that you've got him in fantasy football, don't you?
I don't. You always think I just
that.
appreciate that you think I'm smart enough to have it in fantasy.
Well, you are.
Thanks. And he will be marked out right there at the 20-yard line. So the Patriots coming out now. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
That's caught at the 25. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this.
85.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Adrian Claiborne in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. And they're definitely showing blitz here. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And going deep into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Casey Hayward.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Rolling to his right, and they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. That'll bring up second down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jonathan Casillas coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
180. Three-man line, okay? So just play a three-man line.
Back to throw here. He'll rifle this one deep right. Looking for Crabtree, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. Oh, now he bowls him over. And look out. I think he's going to go. 20, 10. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football.
And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. Defensively, there's still 3 timeouts. Do you even need to use them at this point?
I think a lot of coaches do it anyway, and it seems like cosmetics to us.
Does it just send a message you're not quitting?
Send a message that you're not quitting. Let your team know you're going to battle all the way. And you're always hoping for that ultimate miracle that something will happen. You'll pick up the ball and score, and you'll have a chance one more time or maybe on an onside kick, but not likely.
And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete.
So I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick 6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
Buying time to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Eluding the pressure right. Daring one deep for Crabtree. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it, Kurt Coleman? And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 28. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.